My name's Lindsay Lou, and welcome to my channel. How would you like to have your dream wedding for $5,000 or less, including everything? Hair, makeup, dress, ceremony, reception, photographer, flowers, the whole nine. I bet you would, so I'm gonna tell you. And I'm making this video based off of my experiences from planning my own wedding. Here are 9 things that you could do to save money on your wedding so you can have the wedding you've always wanted. 1, the ceremony. Girl, how the hell are you getting married in Central Park and you're spending less than $5,000 on the whole damn thing? I don't believe you, girl. Bitch, please. Do you realize that Central Park is a public park? Where in the country do you know that you need to spend an excessive amount of money to say I do in a public place? Nowhere. Central Park is no different. If you have less than 25 people, you don't need to pay anything. You can just show up, get married, and go. Not a problem. But if you have more than 25 people, you do require a permit. Although I 100% recommend getting a permit no matter how many people are there, especially if there's a very particular ceremony site that you want within Central Park. And with this permit, you can pretty much just hold it up and be like, sorry tourists, you need to get out of here because I'm getting married. Okay, thanks, bye. 2, the officiant. If you look on The Knot or on Wedding Wire, there are hundreds of officiants who would be more than happy to custom write your wedding ceremony if that's what you want, but for a small fee. And by small, I mean $1,000 or more. ... question mark. Yeah, I don't got that kind of money, bro. You can go on thumbtack.com and you can go through the different vendors or services or whatever that are for hire, like officiants, hairstylists, makeup artists, florists, like you name it, they have it there. And you just post your ad explaining what you want. There's like a form that you fill out or whatever. And then officiants or whomever that are interested, they will make you an offer. But I think we're paying about $200 for him, which compared to $1,200, that is a huge savings. 3, photographer. Ladies or grooms, whatever. We all know going to bridal shows, going on The Knot, going on Wedding Wire, you're looking at these wedding photographers and their work is beautiful. Their work is absolutely gorgeous. But then you look at the price tag. $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, $10,000. Are any of those affordable for anybody? Nope. So here's a trick to get a fantastic photographer and pay a fraction of that cost. Craigslist, boo-boo. I'm not shitting you. What you do is you go on Craigslist, like the Craigslist for the city that you're getting married in, and you go under community and then post an ad under creative gigs. And there you just post, hey, I'm getting married this day around this time. I'm in need of a photographer. And then explain what you want from them, like whether it be like the whole day, or if you want just the ceremony, or if you want the ceremony and then pictures afterwards, which is what I'm doing, or if you just want the ceremony, pictures afterwards, and the reception, but you don't want any of that pre-game getting ready BS. And then you post the kind of photography style that you want, so on and so forth. Explain your situation, that you're looking to do this on a budget and pricing is negotiable, but you're really on a tight budget. Let's just say that I got over 60 responses from photographers ranging from professional celebrity photographers who photograph like Bruce Springsteen and like did stuff for Rolling Stone and all types of crazy stuff, to travel photographers, to photography students, to people that are really an accountant, but they do this all the time and it's like what they love to do. And we got offers left and right, and once we narrowed down the ones that we liked, we figured out what kind of offer it was, and we went with the best offer. So Craigslist, ladies, I'm telling you, go on Craigslist. Do not limit yourself to what's on The Knot, to what's on Wedding Wire. You got this. Or if you have a friend who's a photographer. 4, the dress. I know, I watch Say Yes to the Dress too. I see girls spending $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $40,000 on a wedding dress. Honey, I don't got that to do. I don't need a giant ball gown. Would I love a giant ball gown? Yep. Who doesn't want to look like a cupcake on their wedding day? Hello? I either want to look like Jessica Rabbit in white or a cupcake or a princess. That is what I want to look like on my wedding day. But I don't really want to spend $40,000 on that. I went to Alfred Angelo and I went straight to the sample rack or the clearance rack or the discontinued stuff. And I got my wedding dress for less than $500, and it was originally over $1,000. It's just a T-length gown, so it's not, well, I guess it's a dress. It's not really a gown, but it's a T-length dress, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And I got it for like a fraction of its original cost. So check that stuff out. I wouldn't recommend getting stuff on the internet just because unless you were like a to the T size 4, you're gonna have a difficult time finding like you're taking a risk. That's what you're doing. You're taking a risk if you buy a wedding gown online without like seeing it and touching it first. But maybe that's just me. And also for your alterations, because that is a huge expense. Don't get your wedding dress altered at the bridal boutique. They are going to charge you an arm, a leg, your soul, and your firstborn child to alter your wedding dress. You're much better off just Number 7, so the reception. Most people, they'll rent a hall or a venue or whatever. A barn. There's a barn for rent for weddings in my area, which is where I originally wanted to get married. It is $10,000 just to rent the barn. And that's nothing included except for tables and chairs. Not linens. None of it. Isn't that the craziest thing you've ever heard in your life? $10,000 for a barn. Like an outside barn with like lights in it and some tables and chairs. 10 grand.
Here, I'm actually just talking about my own wedding and my plans for my reception. I actually decided to go ahead and compile the footage of me talking about my own wedding that I filmed while making this film. I'm just going to go and put that in a different video. So if you're interested in knowing about what my plans are, you can go ahead and check that out. I'll post a link down below whenever I get that edited and put up. But here, really, the point that I wanted to make was that instead of going to a standard quote-unquote wedding hall or wedding venue, maybe you could look into hosting your wedding somewhere a little bit more abstract, and it might be cheaper, like at a restaurant, which is what I'm doing. It's technically a supper club, or even a local park. There's a lot of cheaper options out there that are a little bit offbeat, but still really nice.
But the good thing about having your reception at a supper club, which is what we're doing, is that they regularly have party packages, which is what Swing 46 has. So we opted for a party package, and the party package that we got is open bar for like 2 hours, I think, appetizers, drinks, dinner, and dessert. Oh, and like a first course, I guess. So appetizers, first course, dinner, and dessert. So everything's paid for. Like there's a live band, so there's dancing, there's music. Like the atmosphere is already gorgeous, so I don't need to pay for decor. So my entire reception, like everything included in my reception, is going to be about $2,000. And for a reception with like a 4 or 5 course meal is crazy. Number 8, flowers. So in New York City specifically, I know for a fact that there are numerous like build your own bouquet like places in New York City. Like there's one in Grand Central Station. So what I'm planning on doing, instead of calling a florist weeks in advance and being charged an arm and a leg for their custom made bouquets, I'm gonna make my own for like me and my girls. I'm just gonna go there and like put together some flowers that are the colors of my wedding, and I'll just ask them to make it look pretty. And I'm not going to tell them that it's for a wedding, because then they'll charge a fuck ton of money. 9, accommodations. Well, I highly recommend like getting involved in Hilton Honors or the Starwood Rewards or whatever, because when you do that, you'll end up getting like Hilton Honors points and so on and so forth. that could be applied to staying at different hotels or whatever under those brands for a discounted rate. So that would be a good option. But we regularly utilize Priceline, like the Name Your Price tool. We stayed at the Waldorf Astoria for a weekend. The Waldorf Astoria for $50 a night. We spent the weekend in New York City, I think this was a year ago maybe, for $50 a night at the Waldorf Astoria. Isn't that the craziest thing you've ever heard in your life? But I highly recommend Priceline, the Name Your Price tool, or that like express deal thing. There's regularly like really nice hotels on there for really cheap, and you can alter everything to what you like, the type of accommodations you need in the type of area. But what we did for this particular instance is we emailed hotels. What my fiance does is he is one of the like top guys on Travel Advisor. He's like in the elite Travel Advisor reviewer people. So he contacted a bunch of hotels in New York City, like boutique hotels, emailed them and said, hey, and explained our situation, like we're getting married, this is the city that we fell in love in, and we were wondering if there was any way or if there were any discounts available to stay at your hotel for this particular week. And we got a response back from a boutique hotel in Soho who's giving us our hotel room, a suite, for $100 a night for the week. So that's still less than $1,000 for a week. Like I'm talking like a business week, so like 5 days, for 5 days in New York City, and that's a holiday weekend. So that's a crazy, crazy deal. Okay, so those are my 9 tips and tricks on how to have your dream wedding on a budget. There is no reason why you should have to compromise on your wedding day. If it's what you want, it's what you want, and you will find a way to afford it. If anybody has any questions, concerns, comments in regards to any of the information that I provided, please don't hesitate to comment down below or message me, or I have my Twitter, Tumblr, and Instagram linked to my channel also. And if you would like to see more like informational videos on like wedding planning or a wedding makeup tutorial or whatever, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. My name's Lindsay, and I hope you have a freaking fantastic day. Mwah. Because I got some girls going on here, and I'm not a small girl. Parker, get out of my purse! Parker! I see you!